Vine woke up in the morning when the soft glow of the sun fell on her face. She rolled over to the other side of the bed to find her husband and hug him, but there was no one on the bed except her. She fully opened her eyes and noticed that he was standing against the mirror, already in a suit, buttoning his shirt. She quietly slipped out of sheets and hugged him from behind, resting her cheek on his back. Fine. Already up? Jungkook smiled at the feel of her warmth. His hands immediately rested over hers. Jungkook, yeah, I have an early meeting, but I didn't want to wake you. Vine squeezed him a little tighter, pressing her lips to his shoulder. Vine, you should have woken me. I don't like it when you leave without saying goodbye. Jungkook turned fully now, cupping her face in his hands. His touch was filled with the kind of affection that made Vine's heart flutter every time. Jungkook, I didn't want to disturb you. You looked so peaceful, and I know you have been tired lately. Fine. I don't care. I want to see you before you go, even if it's just for a minute. Jungkook smiled and bent down, kissing her forehead tenderly, then her nose, then finally her lips. Jungkook, okay, I'll wake you up next time. Fine. You better. I don't care if it's 5 in the morning. I want my goodbye kiss. Jungkook chuckled, leaning his forehead against hers. Jungkook, I'll never say no to that. Fine. Are you sure you can't stay? He groaned, burying his face in her hair. Jungkook, don't tempt me. If I had any choice, I'd stay here with you all day. Fine. You're making excuses now. What's more important than your wife? Jungkook, absolutely nothing. Jungkook, exactly. You can have all the meetings you want later. Right now, you're mine. He smirked. How about this? You let me go to work today, and tonight I'm all yours. Dinner, a movie, whatever you want. Fine. Deal. But only if you promise to bring me back something sweet. Jungkook laughed. I'm sweet enough, don't you think? Vine scrunched her nose. I guess you will do, but I still want dessert. He kissed her one more time. Okay, I will. My sugary cat. Vine giggled at the way he called her. Now go before I change my mind and lock you in here. Jungkook finally pulled away with a playful wink, grabbing his suit jacket from the chair. I'll see you tonight. Vine, don't be late. He paused, glancing back. I wouldn't dare when I know you're waiting for me. And he left. Jungkook had mentioned he would be working late this evening, and she knew how easily he skipped meals when engrossed in business matters. She decided to cook dinner for him and bring it for him herself. She reached his floor, the executive suite that overlooked the city. Her eyebrows raised slightly as she noticed a young man she hadn't seen before at the reception desk, typing away at his computer. He looked up, eyes widening at the sight of her. Hey there, can I help you? He asked from her. Vine smiled back, adjusting the bag in her arms. Oh, I'm just visiting my husband. I brought him dinner. Minjae, your husband? You mean you're here for a meeting? Do you work here? Vine shook her head. No, definitely not. I don't know much about what goes on here, honestly. Minjae. Oh, sorry. I thought you were an employee. I'm new here. My name is Minjae, by the way. Your outfit is so cute. He smiled. Vine awed. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, Minjae. I'm Vine. She offered her hand. Minjae took her hand, laughing nervously. Ah, sorry for the confusion. This place is huge. I'm still learning the ropes. Vine smiled. Well, you will figure it out soon enough. I'm still getting lost in here sometimes too. They both laughed. Minjae relaxed a little as they continued to chat. Vine could tell he was a bit nervous, so she tried to make him laugh, and she enjoyed making him feel comfortable. Minjae, you said it's for your husband, right? He works here? Vine chuckled. No, actually, he's the. Vine gasped when someone kissed her bare neck from the back. Jungkook wrapped his arms around her waist, his lips sending a shiver down her spine. But she smiled after looking back. Jungkook. He's the boss here. Name's Jungkook. Vine tilted her head, feeling her cheeks flush. Vine. Hi, baby. Minjae's eyes went wide as saucers. He immediately bowed in front of Jungkook. Minjae. CEO Jungkook. Sir, I didn't realize. Jungkook. Minjae, right? How is the first week going? He asked and dug his head in her neck. Minjae straightened up immediately, swallowing nervously. Yes, it's going well. Just getting the hang of things. Jungkook nodded, his eyes flickering back to Vine. Jungkook, you brought me dinner? Vine smiled, lifting the bag a little. Vine, thought you might be hungry, Mr. CEO. You work too much. Jungkook's lips curved into a smirk, brushing his thumb over her knuckles. Jungkook, what would I do without you? They were romancing with each other without caring about who was saying and who's not. Minjae stood frozen while looking at them. Jungkook glanced at him and smiled. Thanks for keeping her company, Minjae. But I think I will take it from here. Minjae stammered. Of course, I'll just head back to work now. With a quick nod, Minjae sat on his seat, pretending to work, and Jungkook held her hand to leave for his office. Vine turned to Jungkook and said in a sarcastic tone, There's a smell coming from you. Jungkook looked at her innocently. Me? Jealous? Not at all. Fine. I wasn't talking about jealousy. Jungkook blinked in surprise and cleared his throat as he said, That's why I said I wasn't jealous. I just thought it was a good time to remind everyone who you belong to. Fine. As if anyone could forget with you hovering around like that. He laughed, pulling her closer from her waist. Jungkook, you're mine, and I like to make sure everyone knows it. Fine. I was just being nice, you know. Jungkook, I know, but I'm the only one who gets to hear you laugh like that. Vine's lips twitched. Oh, is that a rule now? Jungkook, absolutely. Your laughter is mine, so are your smiles, and your time, and Vine, and my dinner, apparently. She said and pulled away from him, opening the bag of dinner. Jungkook laughed and picked her up in his lap, taking her to his seat and sat down. Vine's eyes widened. What are you doing? There are things in my hands. Jungkook, after sitting down comfortably, said, You can open them now and feed me. Vine, feed you? Am I your mom? Feed yourself. Jungkook, please. No. Jungkook, then I won't eat. Vine, Jungkook, are you a kid? Who will believe you're the CEO of the biggest company of Korea? Jungkook, I don't want anyone to believe anything. Right now I'm hungry. Feed me the food or I might eat you, he said and leaned closer to bite her cheeks. She chuckled. I won't feed you, she said and pushed him away, but he tickled her. Fine. Jungkook, don't, she said while laughing. Jungkook, then feed me. He kept tickling her and she laughed, trying to push him away until the whole room filled with their laughter.